Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask for your attention? Just for a minute. Soon you'll be caught up in the events taking place on the screen, and then you may forget all about me. Well, almost, anyway. You see, I must confess to a certain feeling of propriety towards the story that's about to begin, because, immodest though it may sound, I play an extremely important part in the proceedings. In fact, without me, there really wouldn't be any story at all. Of course, you won't actually see me. Unfortunately, in recent centuries, that has gone out of fashion. Although there was a time when I was always being painted or impersonated in one way or another. And as you know, I've always been given the best lines. However, like all of us, I've had to learn to adapt to what is absurdly called a rational age. And I've done so by, well, shall we say, by going underground. And no doubt some of you, the rationalists, the skeptics, will say, like the little girl in this picture, that what you can't see can't exist. Well, my friends, you go on thinking that as long as you can. Because sooner or later, one way or another, you'll discover your mistake. Anyway, now I'll leave you alone in the dark and let my little story take over. Enjoy yourselves, but don't forget that that stranger sitting on the seat next to you could be me.
Dimitri, why did you let her get away? How long, eh? A year? 10 years? Forever? How much longer do you want your miserable life to last? You want 10 more years. What is 10 years? A grain of sand in the immeasurable desert of time. There you are, you see? 10 years have almost gone by already. Just a few more days and they'll be over. Do you want these few remaining days? Very well, I'll give them to you. But you must use them for my purposes. You must find a woman, that woman. You must find the child she is carrying in her womb. If you succeed in ripping it out of that woman, maybe I'll let you live for a few more years. Maybe.
Hi, Jessica. Hi, monsters. What do you say we...
Get the big shot athlete. Nice try, Tarzan. Well,
Well, did Mr. Barrett have a good day?
Not bad. We cut a good disc, and my secretary's convinced she's going to lose her virginity tonight.
Oh, fantastic. Now perhaps she'll be a little less hysterical when she answers the phone.
I doubt it. What's more important is I think we've got a big hit coming up. It's a fabulous number. It's called Bargain with the Devil.
When Dad starts trying to get all sexy and with it, that's a real bad scene. Hey, remember that crazy nickname you gave him? What was it?
Asshole.
Jessica, has it ever occurred to you that our kids might need to see a shrink?
Why? Because Ken occasionally comes out with words like that. He picks them up from Gail, who gets them from that ridiculous book.
God damn it, I forgot my book. Hey, you son of a bitch!
Barbara's coming to Ken's party, too, you know. She promised to help us out.
Well, thank God for that. We'll need her. With all those kids coming, we could use the Marines, too.
Hey, Jessica, what's next?
3 spoonfuls of sugar now. Don't overdo it. I guess you're right. There'll be Pat and Ruth and Randolph.
Thanks, but spare me the complete list. It's bad enough to think of them all crawling around my feet this evening. It's all right for you. You grumble, but basically you rather enjoy this invasion of Martians.
I do my best to be a good parent. Which is more, my darling, than can be
A
said.
pinch of arsenic?
I really can't imagine how we'd manage without
Poisoned
you.
banana?
The moment you've set foot in the apartment, you haven't done a damn
Not
thing.
true. Not true. On the contrary, I've been extremely busy.
A spoonful of worm
Sure,
spit?
we've all noticed.
You don't believe me,
And
huh?
grated bat's feet.
For a moment, for example, I'm deeply engrossed in the incredible existences of fish, including their methods of reproduction. Fish, you know, have remarkable qualities. They're silent, clean, take up very little space, and invariably get along very well together.
Clumsy ape.
Just like you kids.
Ken, pick it up, will you?
Go stuff yourself, Gail.
Pick it up or I'll stuff you in the oven instead of the cake.
Well, I've nearly finished. Next time it's your turn. You can do the decorating for Gail's party. I think by then the ladder will be off limits for me anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, I was planning to make an announcement tonight, but I might as well tell you now. I think the time has come to prepare the den for the 3rd Barrett.
Are you sure?
Yes. I had them do the test twice. It's definite.
Hey, Jessica, it's ready for the oven.
Coming.
What about the pill? You must have forgotten to take it a couple times.
No, I haven't missed a single night. I don't understand it either, darling. This is going to be good. Robert?
Ow!
Robert, are you all right?
I'm fine. I was just thinking, we are 2 and they'll be 3. They'll hack us to pieces.
In that case, we'll just have to call the neighbors in for help when they attack.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ken. Happy birthday to you.
Jessica? Jessica? Barbara? Barbara, where's Jessica?
I don't know. She was here a minute ago.
Jessica? Jessica? Jessica! What's wrong? Jesus Christ, Jessica! What's the matter? What happened? When did it start? Are you all right? There, take it easy. You feel a bit better?
It's a baby. I feel as though it's suffocating me, trying to kill me.
Sit down, come on. Sit down. Just relax, honey. It's okay now. Everything will be fine. You'll see.
No. No, it won't. It won't. I feel it's going to hurt me terribly.
You're probably just overtired.
I don't want to have this baby, Robert. I don't.
We'll talk about it later. Okay?
Okay. You go back. I'll try and pull myself together.
Sure. I love you.
I'm sleeping all right. Very deeply, in fact. Except that lately, I've been waking up suddenly in the middle of the night. And you know, it's weird. Almost always when I do, I don't know where I am at first. And then when I roll over and see Robert sleeping peacefully, I'm perfectly all right again.
Well, that's nothing to worry about. Believe me, that sort of thing is very common during pregnancy. What I don't understand are the dates you've given me. The fact is, Jessica, the results of your tests show that you're pregnant, all right. Not by 7 weeks, though, but by 3 months.
3 months? But that's impossible. I was completely regular till 7 weeks ago. I could hardly be wrong about that. I've already had 2 children.
But these leave no room for doubt. I admit that I'm baffled by the whole thing, too. Anyway, the important thing to do now is to keep you under close observation.
Tell me the truth, George. There's no possibility that the child will be born abnormal, is there?
Don't you think George would have told you if there was any danger? He's a good friend. He's known you for years. Why would he want to hide anything from you? Come on. How about trying a smile? What do you say? Everything will be fine. Relax. Even if we weren't expecting the little bastard. When he shows up, we'll be glad to see him.
I'm afraid we'll have to cancel the trip we planned to Europe this summer.
We'll do it next year. Or the year after. Europe will still be there. We'll just buy an extra ticket, that's all. Meanwhile, you cut down on the budget, and I'll try and sell a few more records. Children are a rather expensive proposition nowadays.
Well, I guess the only real problem is finding the right name for it. What do you think about Steve? Or Mark? Or Robert? Or how about Judy, if it's a girl? I think I'll go crazy finding a name for it.
Well, let's not go crazy. We can always pull a name out of a hat.
Are you kidding? We've got to choose very carefully. A name is so important. It absolutely decides how he'll be. Take my name, for instance. Don't you realize what my name's given to me?
Oh, yes. Sweetness. Deplorable romanticism. And one hell of a great ass. Must get back to the studio. Can you drive me?
Oh, I'm sorry I can't. I want to pick up Ken from school.
Okay.
I seem to need company today.
All right, baby. See you tonight.
No, it's not that. I'm all right. I'm perfectly all right, darling. I'm just upset, that's all. Please, Robert, please forgive me. Well, I know it meant so much to you. I know it's no great tragedy. No, but... Well, I'm telling you now. It wasn't an accident. I wanted to break it. It wasn't an accident. I wanted to break it. I wanted to break it. I wanted to break it. I wanted to break it.
Jessica, where have you been? Where the hell have you been? What's happened to you? Answer me. Answer me. Jessica, what's happening to us? Let's sit over there. And the whole floor was covered with mud.
I've never seen Jessica in such a state. She seemed almost transformed, as if in some kind of trance or caught up in a nightmare. Her hair and her face were soaked. Her coat was completely drenched. A person would have to have walked for hours in a downpour to get as wet as that.
It is pretty strange. Where's the salt? Oh. But I'm afraid the most worrying aspect of it all is Jessica's physical condition.
What do you mean? You told her it wasn't serious.
I didn't want to frighten either of you until I'd had a chance to study the situation more thoroughly. The fact is, I've never come across a case like this before. So I researched other case histories to see if I could find any precedents. I consulted every medical journal I could lay my hands on. I wrote to research centers at all the leading universities, but the result was zero. There seemed to be no analogy. What's happening to Jessica seems to be a biological absurdity.
Biological absurdity? My God, George, what are you trying to say?
That the development of the fetus is proceeding with absolutely incredible speed at a totally absurd rate of growth. You see, Robert, modern biology attributes to certain psychic phenomena, which it is unable rationally to explain, the power to create severe physical disturbances in the patient, so violent that they interfere with the cerebral equilibrium. It's just a theory, but Jessica's strange behavior seems to confirm it. Anyway, I've asked a colleague of mine in Boston to give me a hand. I've already sent him Jessica's charts.
But surely something can be done in the meantime. You can't just leave her to herself without trying to help her.
The important thing now is not to let on to Jessica, so her emotional stability is not upset. We've got to find out what's going on in her head. But we can't risk sending her to a psychiatrist. She'd get suspicious immediately. We need to get someone who's fairly close to her to help. Someone she'd talk openly to and wouldn't immediately suspect if they started asking questions. Well, how about my wife, Barbara?
I wish I knew what was the matter. I'm lonely, I guess. Probably because Robert...
Robert what?
I don't know. He's changed. He's become strange lately. Sometimes he stares at me in silence, and sometimes he talks incessantly for hours at a time. You know how men are when they're trying to convince themselves of something. They have to try and convince you, too. Of what, I'll never know. But it certainly isn't easy to live with. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's just working too hard.
If you had the choice, what would you like most at this moment?
A boat, a beautiful, graceful boat in which I could sail away all by myself.
The classic get away from it all syndrome. But that's a cop-out, isn't it?
Maybe, but you asked me, and that's what I want. Just to glide across the waters without a care in the world.
You seem frightened of something.
I wouldn't say frightened exactly. It's another sensation. Sort of as if a piece of the past that one thinks is buried forever in one's subconscious suddenly surfaces again. Taking over my mind against my will.
Are you referring to that man you spoke of?
Yes.
What brought it on? Have you seen him?
No. I've never seen or heard of him again after that night. I rushed out of the place and left him just standing there, rooted to the spot. I thought he'd try to follow me and make me go with him again, but he never did. I just went once, and I was only there a few minutes. I was scared out of my wits. I was so young. Oh, God, I only wish I could forget the whole thing.
What's the matter? You gotta stop that, or it's gonna blow my mind. Man, if you don't quit crying, you're gonna have a real bad trip. For Pete's sake, get under the blankets. And cool it, will ya? If you can't count enough sheep, tell yourself some dumb fairy story.
Gail, open the door.
Christ, what now?
Come on, hurry up. Gail, I told you never to lock that door.
I didn't lock it.
Ken, what is it? What's wrong? Why didn't you call me? Why must you always waste time, you idiot?
I didn't waste time. I gave useful advice. Hey, man, how's that for a bruise?
My God. Ken, how did you get that? His forehead's burning, too. Jessica, Ken's got a high fever. I'm going to call George.
Trust Robert to make a whole big scene over a little lousy fever. If he just stick a suppository up his ass, he'll be fine.
Nice big breath. Now, open your mouth. Say ah. Now open wider. That's it. Ah. That's a good boy. Keep it up. Ah. All right. Now let's see. Open your eyes. Open. That's it. Look up. Okay. Everything's fine.
What about that bruise?
Oh, come on, Robert. Haven't you ever seen a bruise before? You got hit by something. Maybe Gail knows about it.
You mean I slugged him one, right? Man, when anything goes wrong around here, it's always Gail who has to be blamed.
Nobody's blaming you for anything. Yet.
He just got a little fever, that's all. Nothing to worry about. The kid's a little bit on the thin side, though, Jessica. Is his appetite poor?
He'd gobble seaweed if you gave it to him, but Mama doesn't like her little son to eat.
Shut up.
Jessica, what's got into you?
I'm fed up with her lies. She didn't tell you, did she, that he stuffs himself all day long with candy and garbage?
Your child seems to be in a great hurry to be born. There's no point in keeping it from you. I'm sure you realize it yourself already. It's really no wonder you feel a bit strange.
Not only strange, completely out of it. Sometimes for no reason at all, I get so hostile and violent. I can hardly contain myself. George, I want an abortion. I don't want to have this child. I'm afraid of it, George. I'm afraid of what it'll do to me. I'm afraid it'll drive me mad. I must be free of it. Can you understand that?
Yes, Jessica, I can. But
if you don't help me, I'll do it myself. I'll do anything to get rid of it.
listen to me, Jessica. Your symptoms have alarmed me from the very first visit. I said nothing so as not to worry you. The fact is, I took the liberty, after consulting Robert, of having your case studied by specialists in Boston. So far, they've not come up with any answers. Now, regarding an abortion, we naturally considered the possibility of using that as a last resort.
So you agree?
Yes. Should we come to the conclusion that your pregnancy creates a definite hazard to your physical or mental health.
Just as I thought. I knew it.
Is that all you're going to do to help me?
Jessica! What is it? What's gotten into you?
You filthy murderer. This is my child. Mine, do you hear? I'll never let you kill it. It will be born. I'll kill anyone who tries to take him from me. I assure you he will be born.
Jessica, wait. Hello, may I speak to Robert Barrett, please? When will he be back? Oh, all right, forget it. Thank you.
Where are you going?
Come in here. Come on. Now we can be alone together. Just the two of us. You sit in that chair. It's comfy, huh? Try rocking it. It's like a swing. Swing high, swing low. Back and forward, forward and back. Higher. Higher. It's fun, huh? Here comes Gail. Careful, Gail. If you sit down there, you'll crush him.
Crush what? All right, what have you hidden here? A mouse, a worm, a spider? Oh, bullshit. There's nothing here at all, Ken.
He's not a mouse or a worm or a spider. He's my buddy. And he's there. And right now he's resting.
Sure, sure. You jerk.
You're the jerk, because when he's not resting, he follows me all over and listens to everything I say.
Sure, schmuckhead, sure. He's invisible, but he really exists, and the only person who can see him is you. But to you, there's nothing surprising about that. It's just as normal as can be, right? I think you're nuts. I suppose everybody else is supposed to be scared.
Are you?
Scared of what? How can you be scared of something you can't even see? Oh, man, if you can't see something, it means it can't exist. No way.
Don't say that. Hey, Gail. He might hear you.
Ken, shh. Mommy will hear you, and then she'll get mad. You'll wake her up with all the racket you're making. You know she's not feeling well today, and she's supposed to be resting.
I think Mommy's just fine. Hey, would a doll drown if you held it down underwater?
In a way, yes, because it gets so wet and filthy and horrible that you'd have to throw it away.
But that's the way I like them. Do they ever talk?
I bet they do, sure. But they only talk to each other when they're all alone and no one's around. I guess that then they get down off their shelves and go wandering about all over the house. They probably do exactly the same things that they see us doing, because I'm absolutely sure that they're watching us all the time, sitting up there, unable to move, but following everything we do. I'd love to watch them walking about on their own, wouldn't you?
No, I wouldn't, and I'm hungry. Hungry, hungry, hungry.
Okay, I'll go get some goodies.
What begins with K? Can, kite, king's kerchoo. What begins with K? Can, kite, king's kerchoo. What begins with K? Can, kite. What begins with G? Gale, girl, goo goo goggles. G, G, G. What begins with G? Gale.
Not begins with G. Darwin. Donald, you, Donald, that, you.
Ken! Ken! Come on out wherever you are. Man, you really scared me. Come on.
That looks good.
Jessica, what are you doing?
Seems they had some kind of a terrible dream.
Terrible dream. But it's only a little past 8.
8? 8? Don't you know that children sometimes sleep during the day? They get tired out from playing or from driving me crazy.
I don't understand you sometimes, Jessica. You act as if you just woke up.
What? Oh. Yes. Some afternoons, I don't much like what I see around here. I feel suffocated. I want to escape. So, I sleep. It's like going away somewhere.
Jessica, you're really uptight. What's bothering you?
I don't want you sticking your nose into my private affairs, understand? You want to know everything. My thoughts, everything. You don't give me room to breathe. Never, never.
Papa, don't leave Ken and me alone again with Mommy.
Ah, it's you. So I was right. You've been following me, spying on me. Why?
There's no need to be afraid. I have been waiting for an opportunity to speak to you. I think perhaps you realize now that you need help.
Excuse me, but I don't understand. I don't know you. I don't recall asking for any help either.
But your wife, Jessica, doesn't she need help?
How do you know she? How do you know her name?
There are many things which you will come to understand. Jessica's pregnancy, her behavior, her absences, the children's strangeness. Many things. But first it is essential that you come to trust me.
I don't know what you want. But from now on, you'd better keep your distance. Stop following me. Stop listening to my conversations.
No, wait. If you reject my help, you will bring upon yourself the most terrible suffering. Just listen to what I have to say, and you may be able to save Jessica and the one yet to come. That's all I ask. Just listen and then make your own decisions. Come. Robert, there are certain people who are the prey of negative forces. Jessica is one of these unfortunates. Yes, it's true. She is the victim of a power whose strength is beyond your comprehension. Listen to me, Robert, carefully. No doctor can possibly explain her pregnancy.
What do you mean?
It is not explainable. It is a mystery. There are two things you must remember. First, Jessica must not be allowed under any circumstances to go far from the house. Secondly, and most importantly, no one must attempt to interfere with her pregnancy. You understand? The child must be born. I shan't follow you again. After what's going to happen, Jessica will seek me.
Jessica, how do you feel? Any better? Jessica. My God. Jessica, can you hear me? What's the matter? Oh. Jessica, can you hear me? Answer me. Look at me. It's me, Barbara. Don't you recognize me?
How is she?
It's hard to tell. She's been moaning a lot. Now and then she moves her eyes, but in the strangest way. She still has a fever. A high one, too. Come on, let me get you something to eat. What are you thinking? Behind you. Look behind you.
Who are you? Who are you?
George. George. Help me. Please. George.
Get out of here, you piece of shit! Get out!
George.
Who are you?
George. George. Please help me. Free me. Do something for me, George. Please.
Come on, you filthy pig. Lick the vile, horrid vomit.
George. You're gonna help me, George. Take me away from here. George.
Get out! Get out, you fucking whining turd! Someone else must come here now! Leave me alone! Leave me alone!
I'm cold. Don't leave me, George. Stay here, George.
Dimitri! Dimitri! Come on, Dimitri! Inside this horse swims a worm. Dimitri, I'm waiting for you. You know I am.
I'm frightened. I'm so frightened.
Can't keep Jessica here. After what happened last night, you must realize that. Try to convince her that she needs protection against herself. She's not in control of her faculties. Robert, be reasonable. She's got to go into a hospital.
I've been thinking about something.
What?
Last night, when Jessica was screaming, she called out a name. Remember?
Yes, Dimitri.
Well, that's the name of the man she loved before she met me.
You don't really think something's going on there, do you? I don't believe it.
No, nothing like that. But for the last few days, a man has been following me. Everywhere I go, he's there, watching. Yesterday, he stopped me in the street. He wouldn't tell me his name, but I'm sure it was him, Dimitri.
How can you be sure? You never met the man.
Jessica told me about him when she and I first knew each other. And from her description, I'm convinced that the man I met yesterday was Dimitri.
At first sight, he seemed quite an insignificant sort of man. Except perhaps for his odd habit of always living in little hotels on the port or in houseboats on the bay. But when you got to know him better, you realized that hidden behind that ordinary facade lay an extraordinarily strong and magnetic personality. I found myself gradually coming more and more under his influence, until I suddenly realized I couldn't do without the security and strength which he gave me. Almost without knowing what I was doing, I would question him for hours about his travels, which had taken him all over the world. And his knowledge and wisdom opened up new horizons to me. The little world I'd lived in till then seemed hopelessly limited and petty compared to the fresh discoveries which his experience seemed to offer me. How could one fail to believe in him? How could one fail to fall in love with him?
It's him. I'm sure it is. And I think he can help Jessica.
Now listen, Robert. You're exhausted. Your nerves are worn to shreds. And God knows it's not surprising. But we've got to take Jessica into hospital.
Tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
All right, I'll make the arrangements. You stay here with her. Don't go out of the house for any reason whatever. Don't forget, huh? You mustn't leave her alone. I'll call you later.
How'd you get in? What are you doing here?
Jessica needs me. She brought me here.
Does she know you're here?
She knows everything. As you will, eventually.
Eventually? She's got to go to the hospital immediately. No.
Listen to me, Robert. Jessica needs my help. My help, you understand? There's no one else who can help her. And the child must be born. Here, in this house. No one takes her away, you understand that? No one. She stays here. I'm sorry, Robert. Sorry. There's something I must tell you. Something you've got to know. Robert, I knew Jessica many years ago. Yes, I loved her. And because I loved her, I want to try to save her. I must try. Yes, I must. Must try to save her. She was always with me. Now, across the years, she's called me to this house. I would like to try to save her and the child. To bring her back to you. To save her, to make her happy. That's all I want.
I wish I could trust you. But why can't she go to the hospital?
Because she would die. It's as simple as that. You must let her stay here for a few days, alone with me.
A few days?
Yes, alone.
Do you realize what you're asking?
Go away, Robert. Get out of here. Leave me alone with Dimitri.
Obey her. It's the only way. I am the only one who can help her. Believe me.
Please, Robert, go away. No, don't come in here. Leave me alone with him, please.
You hear? Come. If only for a few hours. Leave the house. When you run into George, don't listen to what he says. And remember, Jessica's life is in your hands. Now, go. Go.
Dimitri. Stay here in the house. Your 10 years are not quite up yet. You have one more day.
I beg you. I came here. I obeyed your orders, but now I've no strength left. I feel I'm somewhere else.
You are somewhere else.
I beg you. I can't die. You promised me. Please, wait me. Nightmare.
I'm just as
Jessica. Yes, I'm not going. Let me. Come here. Overtake everyone.
dying.
Help me. Help me.
There's no coffee for you, no train. Like
Die, demon! Get out of my brain! Wipe the memory clean of your...
Robert! 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 What are you doing? I told you not to leave Jessica alone.
She's not alone.
What do you mean? Barbara's with the kids. I just left her at home.
I know. That man's with her. He came after you'd left. I talked with him a lot. And I really think he can help Jessica. Anyway, I've decided to follow his advice.
What advice?
Not to move her from the house. At least not for now.
You must be kidding. Jessica must go to the hospital. She needs treatment. She needs tests. These things are impossible to do at home.
I'm convinced medicine can't help her in any way.
And I'm convinced you've gone crazy.
Maybe. Anyway, that's how it's going to be.
Robert, how can you trust someone you don't even know? Believe a perfect stranger? Who is this Dimitri? Where the hell does he come from? What right does he have to endanger Jessica's life? Do you realize the responsibility you're accepting? It's my duty to stop you placing Jessica and the child's safety in the hands of some crazy quack.
You can't stop me from doing anything, George. I'm absolutely positive Dimitri can save Jessica. I feel it.
You feel it? And that's enough to make you defy your doctor?
I'll be seeing you, George.
I'm sure you made the right decision, Robert.
I'm not sure. Perhaps I was wrong. And you haven't done anything for her. She's been unconscious for hours and hours now. I'm afraid she could be dying.
No, she is not dying. And she will not die. As long as you trust me. Inside her, a new life is struggling desperately to compel itself into existence. You cannot know the dreadful suffering of a spirit which is striving to emerge from the world of darkness. I'm sure you don't believe that spirits come back to this earth. But they do, you know, Robert. And their return can be terrifying. I can see that you still don't trust me completely. All right, then. Call that doctor friend of yours. Let him come over and submit Jessica to one of those tests he was trying to sell you. After that, You will have no more doubts.
That's impossible. Let's try again. Encephalogram registers no variation at all. Robert, it's unbelievable. Jessica shows absolutely no cerebral activity. Clinically, she might as well be dead.
No. It's not unbelievable. It's exactly as I thought. So I tried to kid myself. And she's very much alive. She's suffering, I know. Suffering a lot. You didn't believe in that man. But it's all happening as he said it would.
Dimitri, the clairvoyant. Dimitri.
She's under a kind of arcane influence. Only that man can save her.
That man is crazy. And he's managed to make you crazy as well.
Dimitri. That man. Fools. Fools. You blind, stupid fools. That man is tricking you. He wants to steal my baby. He wants to steal my baby. He wants to steal my baby. That man doesn't exist.
I am in that man. The child must be born.
Yes, I will soon be born.
I'll kill you first. I'll kill you. 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 I'll kill you.
Excuse me, you know a man called Dimitri? Tall guy, beard.
I need you. Robert, why am I here? Why have they tied me up? What's happened to me? I can't remember anything. I dreamt my parents were scolding me. I was near a lake and it was raining. I got home, I was soaking wet. They were angry with me. I was staring at the flames in the fireplace. The fire seemed to draw me. I can't remember anymore. Nothing more. Now I feel a pain in my arm. My head's exploding. Why are you looking at me like that? Your eyes are so sad. And I feel so terrible.
It's almost over. You'll soon be getting better.
Why am I tied up like this? Like an animal? And the children? Where are the children?
Don't think about the children now. They're fine. They both sent their love.
Oh, God. Pain is driving me crazy. Please, Robert, come near to me. Untie me, please.
I can't.
Why not? Please, Robert, please.
I can't, Jessica. You'd hurt yourself.
I'm hurting now. I'm hurting so much it couldn't be any worse. Please help me, Robert. Please do what I ask you. I can't stand the pain any longer. I'm going to go mad. For God's sake, untie me.
Okay.
You see, when you play with them, you get hurt. But the game is nearly over now. When the evil spirits have had their pleasure, when they have caused us enough pain to satisfy their needs, they will leave. Evil cannot create. It can only repeat, but a repetition which continues for an eternity. Days and months can pass in an instant. An instant. That is why Jessica's pregnancy has gone full term so quickly. The evil has penetrated. It is within her womb. Now is the time. The time has come for me to intervene. The child must be born. It must be brought out into the light. The evil one must be prevented from carrying it away into the realms of darkness. Tomorrow, I must act alone.
Yes, he was a very strange man, but with exceptional powers.
I don't believe in those things.
Yet you're here for an explanation. He was very well thought of in some circles around here. They say he succeeded in curing many people when doctors had given up, and made some of them see things that weren't there. He talked a lot about things, about those things that you don't believe in.
Can you tell me anything about a girl he had a relationship with? She was much younger than he was.
Oh, yes, I remember her very well. She was pretty. They said that he bewitched her, but I'm not at all sure it wasn't the other way around. She was a strange girl. After the death, I never heard any more of her.
Whose death?
His death. He died many years ago.
Died? Are you sure?
Sure, of course I'm sure. It was a car accident. They never recovered the body. Poor guy.
Strange, there's someone who swears he saw him.
Could be. Despite what you may think, certain spirits do return, you know. Some of them with evil intent, and that can be very dangerous, especially to the innocent. I know many people who are able to go back into the past, and some who are able to come back into the present. But you would never believe such things. You can't stand the thought of there existing beings so powerful and strong as to break through the barriers of time and space. And you take a malignant pleasure in causing suffering to the weak and innocent, thereby fulfilling some mysterious project of vengeance.
Dimitri, poor Dimitri. Why are you so worried? Why are you so worried, Dimitri? What's holding you back?
Dimitri. Dimitri.
Don't be frightened. It's time. Would you like a little more time? The time is coming. You're frightened, aren't you? You only have a few more minutes. A few more minutes. Dimitri. The time has come. Come.
Dimitri, now you are in this house.
inside this woman.
Soon you will be in a newborn child. I'm
Waiting for you, Dimitri.
I am waiting for you.
Only you can help me.
Now your time has come. Doesn't that make you happy? Come in, come in. There's no need to be frightened. I'm your friend. The moment you've been waiting for has finally arrived. Dimitri, I am waiting for you inside the guts of this whore. Make her spit out this vile creature, which will renew your life.
Remember Jessica, how beautiful she was.
Sensitive, like a child.
I chose her to come into the world through her. You fool, you let her get away that time, remember? Take off this jacket.
Now, Dimitri. Now the child must be born.
For you, Dimitri.
The child must
Be born.
Come here, Dimitri. Come here. And now do what I tell you. Plunge your hands into her. Plunge your hands into her so that you may live. Do what I tell you. Rip that creature out of her. Plunge your hands in and rip it out. Filthy corpse. I smell the stench of your rotting flesh. You pitiful, idiotic fool. Did you really think I would save your miserable life? I gave you these illusions, Dimitri. Illusions. I never intended to let you live. I did it for my amusement.
Let me live! I can't stand the pain,
Pain? What do you know of pain? What do you know of the sweet pain of endless hatred? The loneliness of living always in another's body, the knowledge that you will never be yourself. Nobody knows the exquisite suffering of the damned. But you will, Dimitri, for you will die in my image.
You're lying!
And I give you eternal damnation.
Life!
I have used you like everyone else for my amusement, even this infant.